So I'm Charlotte Gilmartin from GB Short Track. I'm the current British champion within that sport. I've built confidence over the past 2 years, being able to walk away with World Cup medals, European medals. So yeah, I'm in a really good place and looking forward to what's to come. There's 3 distances. The 1500, which is more tactical at the start and kind of build the speed, where it becomes like super fast at the end and everyone's trying to like outwit each other, which is actually it's the distance I've medalled the most in. So I now have like 2 World Cup medals and a European Championship medal in that distance. And then there's the 500 metres, which is the out and out sprint. So you go as hard as you can from the gun, and that's probably my favourite distance to do, just because you feel you're completely on the edge. So you're leaning as far as you can lean, you're trying to go as fast as you can go, and it's obviously all on a very fine blade. So yeah, that's probably the most exciting one from a feeling perspective. And then the 1000 metres, which is the distance in between, which is you end up going hard from the beginning, but then you have to just keep going hard, and it's about this, you can't make any errors in that. If you start to slip back places, then that can really cost you later in the race. And then the relay, which is becoming a favourite. Like everyone, it's the best to watch, it's the most exciting. You're trying to push people around to get them to speed, you've got to match the speed. There's 4 people to think about, plus the other teams on the ice. You can have up to 5 teams on the ice with 4 people in each team, so it does become carnage. But yeah, it's super fun to do. So we started back at the end of April, and so we started training from that point. You get a month off kind of after you have the World Championships, the British Championships, and then you get a month to kind of, it's more of a mental break than anything else. But then after that, yeah, we start training straight away. At the first point, it's about like building that power and strength, and we start building that through the pre-season. And then at this point in time, hopefully that's all in place, and like, obviously them gains kind of take longer. So now it's just about defining like the fitness element of it and just kind of getting so that we can get into the race, and you're obviously able to last longer before the lactate starts to hit in and you're trying to fight against it. So my journey has been like a slow slog, like I've improved each year just that little bit and moved forward. But now at the age of 27, I'm like finally, starting to medal and where I need to be. And I think because of the journey I've taken, definitely with the younger athletes and the younger females when we're trying to get this relay going, I feel like I've been in that position where it's you feel like you're doubting yourself and you don't know if you're going to make it, and is this work going to pay off? And I think because I can relate, I tend to try and really help them from a point of view of if they're not quite keeping up, I can build up and give them a push to get them back into the race. Like obviously not in an actual race, you don't have to do that, but in training I can help them kind of get a bit of speed back or talk it through with them. And just obviously we've got Elise Christie, who's a world champion on our team, and you can see that the programme is able to create a world champion, and she got good quick, and it's just showing that everyone has a different path. Also just the racing element, I love racing, like it excites me. I like the tactics, the overtaking, and trying to make it hard for people to beat me and and obviously trying to win the races. So in training I think I probably overtake the most and bring the kind of racing element to it, which is good because then it's normally against the guys, which can be annoying for them, but then it's good for them because they should be practicing too all the time. My top speed is as fast as the fastest people in the world. I can do 8.5 for 111 metres on the track. That's about 35 miles an hour. In the world, Korea dominated short track massively. They were huge. Like the games will definitely sell out. Like it's a really big sport for them. It's going to be incredible there. Like I think it's like their 3rd biggest sport or something like this. So they're going to have a big back-in, and in the past they literally dominated, like just dropped people. People just couldn't compete with them because they trained so hard from such a young age, like we're talking like 5 and 6. But yeah, they're definitely the people that have been at the top of their game for the longest. But I think this last like 4 years since the last games is where actually Europe is really starting to build on them, and they can't skate away from people anymore, and they're not getting every medal out there. I think it's a certain type of person to want to do the sport anyway, but then you don't want to hold back, and you can't, like if you suddenly have this thought in your head of falling, or it'll probably make it more inevitable. So yeah, you just go out there, you throw everything into it and just kind of hope for the best really. Skating is like a full-time thing, as in every decision you're making is, in the back of your head, it's like, is this going to help my performance? And if it isn't, then it's like, okay, it's not worth doing. For me, I find that positive distractions is helpful, and being around people gives me energy. Like even like scooting with a dog or whatever it is, and just being active and with people, that's going to give me more energy than just resting. So yeah, it's 3 or 4 years ago, which I then got in contact with Swifty through Twitter. It meant that I could walk my little miniature Schnauzer Daphne, and I've got her on a harness, she just pulls me along so that she's getting her walk and I'm making it harder for her, and I get my recovery that I desperately need before my nap, before I have to come back training.